Welcome back. I haven't made a video in a little while. I'm trying to get better at doing that. I have been busy, so I want to give an update, and I have a topic that springs from some of the things that I've been doing recently. So let me just get you up to speed on this. What I've been able to do in the last week or so is I was invited to join a game that's already in progress, and this has got me thinking about how to do that effectively. I'm not sure that I did it that effectively. I'll post a link to the game in question so you can take a look and see what I was up to. There are some challenges for sure. When invited to join a game in progress, you are, the new guy, the FNG, right? Like, okay, here's the new guy. And there's challenges with that, not the least of which are how to fit in, because you're there. What I fear when I'm asked to join a game, and it doesn't happen very often, so I'm still pretty new at it. But when I'm asked to join a game, what I don't want to have happen is I don't want to be that guy that comes in and disrupts what a game that's already in progress. I mean, these are people that have already spent hours together. They've got things down as they want it, and for whatever reason, they feel the need to reach out and have another player join. But I can't imagine that they're thinking, we want to have another player. I hope he messes up everything, really upsets the whole balance. No, I mean, they're looking for someone that's going to fit in, play the game well with the existing group. So there's this question of, how do I match the tone of the game? And this is something I've got to do a little more work on, because I have a tendency, for those that have watched some of my games, what my actual plays as a player, I have a certain style that you could probably identify, things that I'll do, personality that I tend to play. And this is something that I'm giving a lot of thought to, because I want to branch out from that. I don't want to be just a typecast role player. All of my characters that I create, even though their stats are different, they all look kind of the same, they sound the same, they interact in social encounters the same way. I don't want to do that. I want to have some variety. The other thing too is that I'm playing in a game that I don't know, which is Castles and Crusades. This is not something that I know. I don't own that game. So there's a little bit of a learning curve. I'm trying to read everything that the game master sees fit to send to me so that I'm prepared. But there are some gaps. I don't quite know I haven't had a chance to read the whole system, so I don't know. I have to count on the other players and the game master to fill in the blanks. And they asked me to do something. I'm hopefully ready to do it. I did fill out the character sheet, so I have that. I'm trying to do what I can, but there is definitely some system knowledge lacking. The other thing too is just the overall table etiquette, especially in an online game, which is odd for me to say, because I would think that in person etiquette is even more important. But what I'm learning is that in an online game, due to the limitations of the technology, it's important to know each other well enough to see when I'm watching the other players on the stream, see when they're giving visual cues that they want to say something. For example, if I know the players a little better, I can see when someone's getting antsy, they want to interrupt, or they're getting bored, or just trying to read the room. And that's an important component of any game. But surprisingly to me, online games, it's important to be able to read the room as you look around and see what other players are doing. And so the other thing too, in addition to that, another challenge that I identified was just the lack of background info. Though I watched the games that were broadcast, I understand that they have had many other sessions that are not available for public viewing. And there's some background information there that I don't have as I come in as a new character in that adventure. And that can be a bit of a challenge, but it's anyway. So I've just gone over the challenges, but there are still opportunities, and I was thinking about this too. So if there are challenges, here are some of the opportunities. First of all, I love meeting new people. I love it's really exciting to game with new people for the first time. Everyone has a little bit of a different style, and so it's nice to see that style, and it helps refine. Getting exposure to other people's style of play or how they're role playing helps me refine what I like and what my style is. So I like that a lot. I like the practice that is available by being in these games and different games run by different people. It causes me to be a little outside my comfort zone, and I think that's a really good thing. The other thing too is that it helps remind me what it's like to be a new player in a game. I'm kind of the consistent one, of course, being the one that hosts our weekly game, but it's helpful to take a step back and see what is it like, stepping into a game that's been going on for years or months or weeks, whatever it is, as someone that's new. What's it like to be the new guy? So that's helpful to get that reminder. And I do think that as much as it's a challenge to be able to read a room, it's also a good opportunity to practice that. Role-playing is inherently a social experience. You have to interact with one another. You're interacting with the world through the game master. And that interaction does require some social skills. In my opinion, it does for sure. So I've enjoyed this experience. I'm just one session went in, and they didn't say that, or they didn't uninvite me for the second session, we'll say. So that's a positive sign, hopefully. And I'm thinking about how this next session. So the introductions, the initial awkwardness of the introductions is over. Now it's an opportunity to really see what I can bring as an additive to this game group without taking anything away from what they've already been able to construct for themselves. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Again, I will put the link of it in the description below. If you want to take a look at it, you're certainly welcome to. It's not a very long session, and it's a bit of a stretch for me because I am playing a character, a cleric. I don't typically play a cleric, so I'm making my way with that. But yeah, and I'll try to do another video here shortly where I talk about trying to use some randomizers to help branch out on the personalities that I role play. Instead of just role playing the same kind of like, oh, here's the crispy character. We can kind of anticipate, yeah, he may have different colored hair or wear a different garb or use a different weapon, but he's always going to be about the same guy. I'm trying to move beyond that and be completely different personalities. So I think that's going to be required as hopefully I get more invitations to join people's games and do so with a role play focus. So thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate you tuning in. Please leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't. I'll be giving more updates like this as I try things. I'm going to try a different one shot this week for my in-person group and see how that goes. It may not be a one shot. It might keep going. We'll see what it's like. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.